Hello everybody, Zeff here with ZeffsTrading. Hope you guys are doing well today, July 23rd, 2024. This will be our chart lesson for today. Overall, as we can see here, I think there was only really two decent trades in here. So just starting off, a very choppy day, very noisy day, boring day for sure. After that 3-day sell-off on the daily chart here, I mean, it is to be known that, yeah, the market is going to pause. Overall, it's very hard to read the price action, and again, not very good. So I actually missed a trade here, just didn't get filled, and I didn't see anything else really worth taking as price moved off and sold off for the rest of the day. But we'll go over the trades here and check this out. So pre-market session here, got a nice move up. You have your correction. You got some support down here right at 56.05, and we'll have our resistance here about 56.29. And then, price makes its way up after market opens here. And you get this nice two-legged move after this uptrend and correction. So, just context-wise as we're looking. But the first real trade comes in for today. About 30 minutes after market opens, you have a really nice move down, break, first entry, second entry long, right at the key entry point 1, 2, and 3. This is the third touch here. It is below EMA, but overall I still think bullish bias for the day. So, slight correction and plenty of room up to the highs. Then you get a first entry, second entry short, and a first entry, second entry long. So it's a double high probability setup. Marked as aggressive because you got to know what you're doing here. But usually when these things happen with the double high probability setups, it has a nice move to the upside, which it does. And I'm sure this is probably a measured move as well. And just went a little bit above it, sold off. As we can see here, it's really respecting this bullish upward trend channel. And it's kind of going below and above EMA, but overall it's holding. EMA was pretty flat today at certain points, and price didn't really respect it. But moving along here, you get this double top, and you get a first entry, second entry long failure. You also get this lower high outside bar closing on its low. I think this one is, this is an aggressive setup, an advanced setup. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't take these. But if you do, overall, these are great, trapping those bulls, and it sells right off back down to the 56.04 area, and then all of a sudden just starts to rally. There is a first entry, second entry short here, but inside bar, bad signal bar, and I would have liked to see at least tick down, and then you can take it on the upside here. But below the EMA, above the EMA, then go with it. And this thing just takes off for no apparent reason, makes its way all the way back up to the top of the 56.29 area and sells off. And this is really where it becomes just boring. I don't see any good setups in here. You could probably make an argument for a couple. I'm not going to mark them. I didn't see them. I only want to mark trades that I absolutely want to take. As you can see, it's just a slow downward drift. Breaks, falls off. Same thing happens again. So I'm skipping over a lot of price action here, but I just don't see anything that is worth taking. I think it's a lot of noise today. That being said, we finally do find support back at that 56.04 area, and you do get a nice 1, 2, 3 triple test, and it's a first entry, second entry short. So context here, I think this is good. Plenty of room back down to the lows here as well, as we can see. So I think this is definitely at least worth taking. And then again, same thing kind of happens here. You get a first entry, second entry short. It tries to rally, and it fails once you see it break below that. Nice lower high forms, and again, same thing. Plenty of room back down to at least this swing low here. So I think that one's at least worth taking if you know what you're doing. Again, you got to be very cautious. This is a trading range here. I could actually probably extend this box to like this pretty much, and be something like that. So then it makes its way up. You get a break, and then I just missed this trade, unfortunately. I really like this one, actually, with my break new high. First entry, second entry long, failure, outside bar closing on its low at the top of this bearish trend channel as well. Yeah, it just falls off. Then that being said, it just goes slow. Ticks barely moving, price action super tight. There is a 1, 2, 3 triple test good signal bar here with plenty of room for at least 2 points, and actually gets a little bit more than that, but to the swing low, there's 10 ticks there. So that overall is a pretty good setup for the triple test. If you do want to take that and you know what you're doing, you have to recognize this is a trading range. After about here, so be cautious of that. Tries one last time, gets rejected, and they just sell it off in the last 30 minutes of the day. You get a nice measured move down. And I thought this lower high was good after the fact. I thought it was a little far away, but considering this is the move down, the break, and it's also by the count, technically a first entry, second entry short. So overall, this is good. Looking back at it, kind of missed that, but I think I would have taken that real time. Then it just turns into really nothing. Just chopping around, finds support at the bottom of the trend channel, and market's about to close anyways. So that's kind of how the day was. Pretty overall boring. You had to be there. You had to be very fast with catching the trades, or else you would just be sitting there for another hour or two waiting for something to happen. So overall, not really the best price action for today. We'll see if there's follow through for the sell-off tomorrow. But yeah, that's just some days are going to get like that. We're going to get pauses after a big sell-off like that for 3 big red days in a row. And that's just how it is. Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed this chart review for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.